Here we are for another wonderful 25-26 school year. I know for many that are in this profession, they're here to simply to pay the bills or waiting another ship to come in, saving them from the classroom terrors. And while I have used this platform here on YouTube to speak on the ills of education because one, it's easy to do, and two, people love to dunk on the public school system, today's video will swing the pendulum in a different direction. Now, the question I want to answer today is there anything good about public education today? Naturally, if you're jaded by administrative treatment, student abuse, then I expect you to disagree, and that's okay. In 2022, I put out a video titled 7 Reasons Why I Stayed in Teaching. Now, if you have not seen it, then I encourage you to do so if you yourself need encouragement. But since you're here now, here is an update. Teaching still has a lot to offer, even amidst the chaos and uncertainty. This year, I'm teaching English, and with our new curriculum that we're using, I gotta actually admit, it's kind of been fun. It's been a blast. Reading stories and articles and then breaking them down to help students improve their literacy is something that has restored in me a renewed sense of appreciation, and I gotta say enjoyment. And while I still have some challenges, students, I've been blessed to navigate those waters effectively. What I still appreciate about being in this profession is improving the craft of teaching, mastering the art of presenting to an audience with complicated concepts and simplifying them into ideas that students can grasp. I personally like the challenge of saying to myself, if I can get Billy Badass to learn how to read literary devices and text, then I could teach anyone. Besides the good Lord giving me provisions to experience the success I have, I also think I've stayed this long because I set my own goals for myself, and I have sort of a Saiyan Goku mentality from Dragon Ball Z. The better I get as a teacher, the more I want to test and push my new strengths to new heights. I do not, and I repeat, I do not place my success in the hands of administrators or anything else that can contribute to external factors outside of my Christian beliefs. Man, I'm not waiting around for any superiors to create the perfect teaching conditions for me. And I think that's where people have frustrations, expectations for conditions to actually change. Enduring these challenges has allowed me to see former students years later who either avoid me because they may feel like life failures or just run up to me greeting me with success or just simply not remember me at all. For me, all of it's rewarding. I guess you could say it's the spoils of a war that if you engage in it, emerging victorious, then those classroom battles are worthy to be fought. While I understand that the sole factor preventing teachers from finishing a full year is student behavior, progressing to violence and torture, there are still good students looking to connect with their teachers. These students genuinely want to have a lasting, appropriate professional relationship with their teachers. Now, while some students don't know it yet, deep down inside, they want to return to that single person who poured into their development many years later and thank them for the investment of time and knowledge. I gotten quite a few, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for believing in me and teaching me things about life and the world I never would have given any thought to at a young age. You mean a lot to me, and you have my full gratitude. Man, to endure kids who bring their baggage and the demons packed in that luggage to school with them, making your instructional life a living hell, only to reach that one, I think it's all worth it. To find what is still good in teaching, I think requires deep spiritual introspection and uncovering the why. It's not I just need a job sort of position. And that's another video I made about that you need to check out as well. Now, while it can start off that way and possibly lead to a fulfilling career you didn't expect would take you on a journey of looking at yourself in a mirror, you cannot stay in that mindset of I need a job the entire school year. That's when you really need to consider, maybe I may need to actually exit this profession. To stick around just because you need a paycheck, it's a disservice to not just others, but yourself. Lastly, the good I still see in this profession is the friendships made with other staff members. When you find people that you are in the trenches with, who are like-minded and who want to hone their craft and improve as much as you do, man, I gotta tell you, there's no greater feeling. Man, there have been many years in the beginning of my career where I operated solo. And that means that I stayed in my classroom only talk to people when I was told to, and usually in PLCs, or for the uninitiated, that means professional learning communities. And then I went home immediately when the end time rolled around. As soon as that either 3:30 or 4:15 time hit, I was going up out of here. Earlier on again, I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't bother anyone. It was just me, myself, and I, as some proud baby mama will proclaim when they have to carry the weight of the world they voluntarily signed up for. However, when I stopped being a hallway hermit, a recessed recluse, that's when I really started to taste the fruits of my labor. I didn't have to bear the brunt of so many responsibilities, sharing the load with people, happy to share that same load with them. I also learned that people were quite fond of my personality, and that also allowed me to enter circles I otherwise would have been ignored on. Even when colleagues become former colleagues, I still keep in touch with them to this day. Teaching is the only career I've ever had where I could cross that line of hanging out with coworkers and the relationships stick. They transcend just being employment bonds to meaningful connections. Now, this doesn't always mean I'm going out for Mai Tais and nacho cheese guap every Taco Tuesday, but when favors are needed or help is requested, it's not this overly awkward issue. So, sports fans, there you have it. This is the good I have seen and continue to see in education going into my 11th year. And I see this as a bonus year after getting the elusive Teacher of the Year award last year. It's another video you can check out to see how that actually became possible. Despite, I'm a realist and know things will get worse before they get any better. And maybe at this point in time, the best years of teaching are behind us and things are only going to get worse. Who knows? Now, in my book, Trouble in Paradise, I got crazy chapter titles such as Punch Out, where I almost got punched by a student, and then other stories where I actually taught a killer that laid out the worst in education. You can check out a print version, which is probably more expensive option, or the cheaper medium, the ebook, which is $4.99, and an Audible version for $6.99. Both are available in the pinned comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.